Hey everyone! Welcome back to Life Skills for Teens. Today, we're diving into the art of writing thank you notes. This is a skill you should use throughout your life, especially during big life events. In this video, I will give a detailed tutorial on how to write a thank you note for every occasion. Whether it's for a gift, a scholarship, or a job interview, expressing gratitude through handwritten notes speaks volumes and is one gesture that never goes out of style. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about the basics, then we will go through each occasion a thank you note is required, and I'll explain how to write them. Keep in mind that a good thank you note should be heartfelt, specific, and personal. A typical thank you note has three main parts: the greeting, the body, and the closing. Let's break it down. Start your letter with a simple greeting. The way you address the recipient depends on your relationship and the occasion. For example, if you're writing to a distant relative, you may address the card with Dear Mr. and Mrs. Thompson. If you're writing to your grandparents, you may say Dear Granny and Pawpaw. If you are thanking a family, you might write Dear Jones Family. For a more formal letter, such as an interview or scholarship, you should address the recipient by their company, organization, or the person in charge. The body is what will vary depending on each occasion and relationship. However, every note's body should contain your gratitude. This is the bulk of the letter, and it should always be very specific and heartfelt. Wrap up with a closing sentiment, a valediction, and then your name. You could say, "Thanks again for your generosity, it means a lot. Best wishes, your name." Here is a list of valedictions. Again, choose the most appropriate for the occasion and relationship. Now that we've covered the structure, let's clarify two key aspects of a thank you note: length and timing. While I'll provide more details throughout the video, generally, thank you notes should be brief, around 4 sentences. In most cases, they don't need to be long or formal, just sincere. When it comes to writing and sending your notes, timing is crucial. Always aim to send them as soon as possible because the longer you wait, the less impact they have. Of course, some events allow for a longer time frame than others. The more significant or life-changing the event, the more leniency you have. However, remember that late is almost always better than never. If you're nearly a year behind on sending wedding gift thank you notes, it's still better to express your gratitude than to disregard them entirely. Simply acknowledge the delay and apologize. That said, this rule doesn't apply to situations like interviews. Don't bother sending a thank you note a month after an interview. Throughout this video, I'll provide the ideal timeframes for sending your notes for different occasions. I'll also go over the appropriate length and content for each note. While greetings and closings are generally straightforward, I'll focus mainly on what to write in the body of each note. Now that I have explained the structure and the general rules, let's go over how to write a thank you note for every occasion. If you are interested in a particular occasion, feel free to skip ahead using the timestamps provided. Let's begin. Let's start with gifts, as thank you notes for them tend to follow a similar structure. As I mentioned earlier, begin the body of your note by expressing your gratitude. Then, specifically mention the gift you received. After that, share how you plan to use the gift or how much you've enjoyed it so far. Always say something positive about the gift, even if you don't like it. If you receive a cash gift, avoid mentioning the amount, but do explain how you intend on using it. Whether the gift was given at an engagement party, baby shower, or any other event, be sure to thank the person not only for the gift but also for attending the occasion. Lastly, if you have close relations with the recipient, consider closing with a personal touch by referencing the past and alluding to the future. This could include sharing a bit about your current life, future goals, or expressing how much you're looking forward to seeing them again. Now, let's go through examples for each occasion where a thank you note is deemed necessary. Graduation is an exciting milestone. So exciting that you may receive many thoughtful gifts to celebrate your achievement. To ensure you properly thank everyone, keep a list of gift givers and what they gave you. This will help you stay organized and ensure no one is overlooked. In your thank you note, express your gratitude and share your future plans. If they attended your graduation or any related celebration, be sure to thank them for coming to those as well. Aim to send your thank you notes within a month of receiving the gifts. Weddings come with many celebrations, and with each event, you'll likely receive numerous gifts. As you open them, have someone keep track by writing down each gift and the name of the giver. Try to send thank you notes for gifts received at pre-wedding events before the wedding day. After the wedding, you generally have about 3 months to send out the remaining thank you notes. However, this is just a general guideline. Every wedding is unique, so adjust as needed. For baby shower gifts, the acceptable time frame is 2 weeks to 1 month. Just like wedding parties, be sure to write down and keep up with names and gifts as you open them. This rule will apply to almost every event where gifts are received. Next is birthdays. Birthday gift thank you letters should be sent within 1 to 2 weeks. Holiday gifts allow 2 weeks. For funeral gifts, there truly is no set time frame because of the circumstances. Take as long as you need to grieve before worrying about writing letters. 3 weeks or even a few months is acceptable. Hospital and sympathy gifts are the same as funeral gifts. There is no set time frame, just whenever you feel well enough to send them. Next is random gifts. There are many occasions where someone might give you a gift just because. These gifts are still worthy of a thank you note within 1 to 2 weeks. Now that we're done with gifts, let's talk about other occasions you might need to write a thank you note. Starting with when someone hosts an event in your honor. There are many big moments throughout your life when someone might throw you an event. Whether it's a baby shower, graduation party, send-off party, bachelorette trip, or any other event, it's essential to send a thank you note to express your appreciation. Thank the host for their time, money, and effort and mention what your favorite part of the event was. Hosting a party is no small feat, so be genuinely and overly grateful for their hard work. The time frame in which you should send your note depends on the size of the event. For huge, life-changing events, aim for about 1 to 2 weeks. For smaller events, try to send it within the next couple of days. Note that thanking your hosts should take priority over thanking gift givers. Hospitality can be shown in many ways, whether it involves a neighbor inviting you over for dinner or someone letting you be a house guest in their home. Thank you notes for hospitality should be sent immediately after leaving the home or event. It's easy to overlook expressing gratitude for kind gestures, but it's important to acknowledge those who go out of their way to help you. Whether your boss takes you to dinner or your neighbor feeds your pets while you're on vacation, sending a thank you note afterward shows genuine appreciation and encourages continued kindness. Aim to send thank you notes for these thoughtful acts within a day or 2. Notes for formal events tend to be a little longer than the average thank you note. Let's start with thank you letters for a job interview. For the most effect, send your letter immediately after the interview, ideally within 24 hours. When expressing gratitude for the interview, maintain a formal tone and avoid coming across as overly eager or desperate. Begin by thanking the interviewer for their time and mentioning something you enjoyed about the interview. You may even reiterate why you are a good fit for the company, scholarship, or opportunity, but don't beg for anything or sound desperate. Close by reaffirming your interest and gratitude. Including your number and email at the end is helpful for both identification and follow-up. While sending a thank you email is common and appropriate in today's digital age, a handwritten note can add a personal touch, leave a lasting impression, and even gain some brownie points. Next in my list is scholarships. Scholarship thank you letters differ from typical thank you notes. They should be a lot longer than a regular thank you note and, in many cases, are required by the scholarship provider. Some scholarships even provide an outline and a deadline for submission. If guidelines are provided, be sure to follow them carefully. However, even if no specific instructions are given, sending a thank you note is still essential. Aim to send it within 1 to 3 weeks and use the following layout. Start by addressing the scholarship donor correctly, and then express your gratitude for the specific scholarship you received. Ensure that both the donor's name and the scholarship name are accurate. Next, highlight the significance of the scholarship and how it has positively impacted your life and education. Since the donor has invested in your future, it's important to share your goals and how you plan to use your education moving forward. Conclude with another thank you, and sign your name. Next is thank you notes for letter of recommendation. The person who wrote your letter of recommendation invested significant time and effort into crafting a personalized endorsement. Therefore, it's important to thank them promptly, ideally the next day or within the week. Since they supported you by writing the letter, they likely care about your success and would appreciate knowing the outcome of your application. Be sure to provide any updates on your progress, or let them know you'll keep them informed in the future. Lastly, let's go over what to do if you wait too long to send a thank you letter. We all get a little, or a lot, behind sometimes. If you waited too long to send a thank you note, late is usually better than never. It's a good idea to address the elephant in the room in the note and apologize for the delay. And with that, we have covered just about every occasion where a thank you note is expected. Of course, you can always send a note for other kind gestures and events. These are just the situations where it's particularly important. Once you've finished writing your thank you note, always be sure to proofread it carefully. After you're confident there are no mistakes, your note is ready to be sent. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips and tutorials. If you have any questions or need more advice, feel free to comment below. I'd love to help. And if you're unsure how to address the envelope for your letters, check out my video on that topic, which should appear on the right side of the screen. Thanks for watching, and happy writing! See you next time.